Hello, everyone. I believe that you are all doing well. Thank you for having subscribed to our YouTube channel. Thank you for commenting, liking, and sharing with your loved one. So many people have been asking me, you are giving us some tricky skills, but of course, we lack basics. And how are you going to apply these tricky ones that you are sharing with us? And with that said, now I'm going to give you a crash course on Excel, like trying to explain what every tab serves and how you can leverage it. This is going to serve like beginners and those with advanced skills because it's going to be like starting from scratch, but also covering some uh, advanced skills that you actually need. So now you see like these are the tabs that I talked about. We have file, we have home, we have insert, draw, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and developer that not everyone has because you need to add it on your own. And I think many people haven't added it yet, but it's something that I show you how to do it and help. So like all these tabs have different features and functions that we will explore as we move forward. So now that the very first one is file, let's click on the file and see what comes with it. When you click on file, this is what you actually see. You see like blank workbook. Welcome to Excel. Like these are tutorials that they are suggesting us to watch so that we can gain insights on these topics. Now we have more templates. Like these are suggested templates that they want you to use as you approach your work. Like we have organizational chart, seasonal photo calendar, personal monthly budget, monthly company budget, and so forth. Academic calendar, for instance. There are multiple templates that they are suggesting us to use. And if you like, you can try one and see what comes with it. You see a to-do list. These are professional tools that you can explore and see how you can get use of them. Like you see project timeline, agile Gantt chart, and so forth. Then this is under new, but we also have open. Like this open serves to show you recent documents that you have opened, and they're suggesting you to open one of them in case you need. We also have info, like protected workbook, inspect workbook. This is like to protect some documents so that not everyone can access them. And you do it to ensure like data privacy and so forth. It's something you can explore as you get used to Excel. We also have save, where they are suggesting you to save the document. You can save it to a certain uh, folder or certain place. You see this PC, they're suggesting you different folders that you have, and you can choose one. They're asking you to add a place. They're asking you to browse. You see, like a file is automatically opened. It automatically goes to documents. But you can choose to or downloads. You can choose to a different uh, folder maybe. Let me get it to Excel tutorials, and I call it Excel crash course. Like this is naming your file. You see it's now changed here. We had book one and it's now Excel crash course. Let's go back to file and see some other features that we can explore here. We have seen savers like uh, history works after doing some edits, making some changes in the document. Print, share, You can share to email, share with people, save to cloud. Now export. You see, you can create PDF or XPS document, change file type with export and so forth. You see, when I want to do this PDF, I can automatically click here and it's done. So we also have close account, like this is about my account, but also options. Like these options have a lot of things that many people uh, would likely to know. It helps you customize and set some settings that affect your workbooks, your worksheets. You see, like general show minute toolbar on selection, you can untick or tick or you see formulas, like you can change what you see once you open Excel sheet. You can change it the way you want it to be. And you can add, like I told you that I added a developer there. This can help you do it. I just don't want to go deep into everything. I said it's just showing some features that many people didn't know they exist and didn't know, like, what is this serving. So this option has a lot of things, like ignore words in uppercase. You might need to set that as Excel checks some errors. It skips where you used uppercases while writing. Maybe you don't want uppercase segments to be checked or to be corrected simply due to different reasons. Then you can untick this, or ignore words that contain numbers. You can untick it, and that means words with numbers will be now checked for errors. There are different things that we will explore. You can change save files in this format. You can change the format in which your cell is, I mean, in which your workbook is saved. Can make it a micro enabled workbook, binary workbook. You can make it a web page. Like all these go with different settings and parameters that you need to explore. And we, of course, have a look as we move on. This is to give an introductory uh, information to every tab. You see, save auto recover information every 10 minutes. You can change to less, to above, like anything you would like to do. Keep the last auto recovered version if I close without saving. Yep. You see now the location. Don't show the backstage when opening or saving files with. Like we have different features that we explore. I'm trying to give you some details. You see now you can add languages. You can choose your first language to be maybe in a French, in a Portuguese. You can change it to Spanish and so forth. And for me, I use English. You can add one more, let's say, um, Danish, Dutch, English. English is still there. Now Spanish, Espanol for Spain. But I am not going to click this because it will require me to install and can sometimes require you to restart your PC, and I'm not doing that, so that we keep our course ongoing. Accessibility, like make your document accessible to others. Keep accessibility checker running while work. Like you can choose to limit people accessing, you can allow them. Here we have advanced, like allow placing enter move selection. You can choose that when you click enter, it goes right, left, down, up, or anything else. You can make it to automatically add a decimal point. You have different features that you can do with this advanced feature. It has many more features than the other uh like options we have checked. You can see show chart elements names on hover, show data point values, like different things. And of course, we can't explore everything from one tab because we want to see an outlook of what every tab can serve. Then we will be having next courses trying to show us now how can we explore just options under file. You see grid lines here, like display options for this worksheet, show row and column headers, show formulas in cells instead of their calculated results. If you tick, then it will appear like that. If you do something in your workbook and you have this ticked, you will not see the result, but you will see the formula, which you don't want to keep active. You can customize your ribbon. That's where I've added the developer. You see, you can untick something, you can tick it again, you can choose to hide maybe home, you can remove it if you don't want it to be appearing there, you can hide it, you can remove like leave you can get it, like you can get rid of it. Here we have main tabs, we have a lot of things like two tabs. You can choose what appears in your two tab, you can choose what appears in all tabs. Like we have a lot of things to do with smarter tools. You can remove format, maybe you can get it. Like if you remove this, you will not be able to access it in the case you'll be dealing with smart apps. And it's important, you need to format, you need to change things, so we can't disable this. I'm trying to show you what you can do with these features. So like quick access toolbar, that is the bar right away above your worksheet, like cells and rows. You can also choose what you want to appear there. And I'm not taking much time because I think this could be it for you to understand what um, file can help you deal with. So I will simply add-ins doesn't have a lot to do with direct work you can do in your Excel sheets. So I will not take much time to it. I will instead click OK for us to come back to our workbook. Now, that's what we could see with file. Let's move to home and see what comes with it. Like we have clipboard options. This is clipboard, this is font, we have a lot of things in font, this is alignment, this is number, we have styles, we have cells, we have editing, we have add-ins, and so forth. Now let's start here. You can choose to show ribbon, full screen, show tabs only, always show ribbon, and hide quick access toolbar. Let's make it like this. I want our features to stay. That's why I chose always show ribbon. So now this will help us explore them. We have paste, the very first thing here. Let's type students. Students, let's say grade, decision. Let's just select this, click Ctrl C to copy, and now let's paste it here and see, like we have different features here. Like paste, you can see it's automatically pasted even if I haven't clicked yet. They're showing us what will be, like what will the result be. They are asking me just to paste. This requires you to paste. This is a formula in case you copied where you did some calculations and you don't want the same result to come, but you want the formulas, then you will choose this one to copy the formula instead of copying the same number where you selected. Here they are just formulas and number formatting. Keep source formatting, like no borders, keep source column width, like transpose. You see, I had the data as rows, and when I choose transpose, it becomes just columns. Can see, let me save this. But I still also have the option, like you see, pasting option to change. I chose transpose, but I can also choose values only. I can also choose values and number formatting. I can also choose values and source formatting. I can choose, like, this would be formatting, this would paste link, this would be picture, and so forth. Let's try keep source formatting with, you see, it becomes again two rows with the same size of rows as we have here. Let's have some numbers and calculations and see what could come with cropping only formulas. Let's have 10 and maybe 20. Then let's have these numbers multiplied. For instance, I do simple numbers like you do. Now let's have some other numbers here. Maybe, and now I come and select here, I click Ctrl C, that is copy. Now I come here, I do paste. You see, it has automatically copied formulas, but I can change it to something else. Keep source formatting. I can paste value. You see, it has changed it to 220 instead of copying the formula and multiply these two numbers here. So I still have these like paste options. I can still modify the answer to something else. We had copy formulas, which is this, and you see it is back to 600 because it's no longer copying the value from here, but the formula which was applied from here. This is one thing that you can do from paste, the thing that we have first under home. Now we have cut. You see, we can even click Ctrl plus X, then we cut something. Let's say we want to cut this 20 number. You can directly click Ctrl plus X, and it's not yet like deleted or gone unless we paste it somewhere else. If you don't in Excel, it's not gone. You see, the 20 disappeared from here and it's now here because I click it, I mean pressed. Now let's do Ctrl Z to get it back and see what we can still do to it. We still have, this is copy. When I click, it's automatically selected, and you can see I have the option to copy it to somewhere. I can keep copying unless I don't try something like editing anything like typing. When I try to edit in a certain cell, then it's no longer possible to paste the other number. You see, I'm trying to, I was trying to paste it again, but it wouldn't work because I tried to type a single letter in the same worksheet. What do we still have here? When you click this drop down, you see copy and copy as a picture. Now let's select this and do copy as picture and see what comes. Copy as a picture, you see, as shown on screen, as shown when printed. Now let's do as shown on screen and do. We paste it. You see, it's now pasted here. And you can see it's just selected as a picture. I believe you can see the end lines of the picture. It's now a picture. It's not something that I can't edit this specific number. I can't edit this decision. It's an entire picture. So this require you see when I select a picture, something with the Explorator, it automatically opens a new tab picture format, and you can change it to you have different features. You have you can change it to something really different from what you had from the start. You have collections, we have picture borders. Like these are many things that you can do, and this wasn't the target. I was trying to show you how you can copy some data from just normal Excel and make it a picture. So it is my hope now that you have understood what we can do with this paste section. But now let's click. When you see this arrow is trying to show you that there are some other features under this section. See, when I click here, see all the items you've copied to the clipboard. You see clipboard. There is nothing unusual here, but we have options. Show office clipboard automatically show office clipboard when Control C pressed twice. Like this is not an ideal, but I believe we have seen how to explore this now. I will freely move to fonts with a hope that this is well understood. I truly hope so. So now we have another section here, which is font. What do we do with this? Let's again have some details. Let's have teachers, measures, like measures the experience, for instance. Just this. I don't need a lot of data to show you what I need you to see. Like this font, you can change the font size, font type, and so forth of your text or just any data you have. Let's select this. You see, we have this is pick a new font for your text. You can change it to something like this. See, let me make the tabs, I mean, uh, columns quite bigger for you to see any changes being applied. You can change it to something like this. You have different font types that you can change to, and it's just done from here. You can also change the size. You can see we have 12 here, but you can make it as bigger as you want, either by selecting this arrow, then choose a certain size, or by selecting here and type your desired number. It's something also doable. You can also increase this font size by clicking this A here. When you click this one, you are increasing, but when you click this one, you decreasing. You can see this allow like this, showing you that you are raising, and this one, which is like this, it's showing you like you decreasing. So that is about font size and font type. But you can also make your data bold. You can make it bold and italic. You can make it underlined. But on underline, you have different features with this drop down. You see underline or double underline. You can double underline some data or some titles if you need. You can add borders. You see, bottom border. But when you click this, you will have a lot of borders. You can see bottom borders, top borders, left borders, right border, no border, all borders, like the entire column or the entire cell, outside borders, think like you have different borders that you can use. You also have draw borders. You can draw them, maybe can draw depending to what you'd like to have. You can even draw borders where you have no data, for instance. You see, it's something doable. You can also like choose to make like directly coming and choose all borders. You see, the entire cell is looking quite thicker than the other ones with no borders, like all the surround cells. They are not looking similar. You see, this one is the borders are blacker than the other areas. So that is it for borders, but you can also fill color, like fill color, you see, when you hover over, color the background of cells to make them stand out. You can change the background of a certain cell. Let's change this one to green, for instance. And this is not changing the color of the text or the data, but the color of the cell itself. Let's type in none. See, it's still black. And when I change, you can change this background color and the text will stay black. Let's try that. See. So simply this helps you change the look of your cell, not the look of your text. Now let's also see this now. Font color, change the color of your text. Now this is where you can change the color of your text. Let's change this one into maybe something like this. No, yes, it was black and now it's quite red. You can change it into something different again. You see we have more colors. You can open. When you click this, you see new. I clicked this green. That's showing me the current color now, the new one that I would like to implement. You see color modes, model. You can also change things here. You can hue, like this is about making the color more thick or more dense. These are some numbers that mostly painters understand better. Then you can click OK to apply the change. You see it has changed to green, thick green maybe. I also believe that with this, you can easily understand these features here, but we also need have this arrow here showing us we have many more features. Customize your text to give it the exact look you want. You can add a variety like let's click. This one has a lot of features that we can't explore at the same time, but I'll tell you it serves a lot of purposes. Like for this one, before moving from here, you see, anytime you open this, you directly come to font. You can still change the font type. You can change. It's very easy. You can change the font size. You can change. You can make it italic bold or bold italic at the same time. You can make it superscript. Like superscript, it's when you want to write like the first, the second. You can write base numbers with subscript. You can like make a line across a certain word, strike through. You have a lot of things that you can do here, and that is a summary. You see underline. You still have single, double, single counting, double counting. Now alignment. Alignment is all about how your text will be placed in a cell. You see general or left in indent. You can make it center, right, fill or justify, and this is normal. You can use numbers vertical, like raising, bottom. It needs to be justified. I like justified. You can lap text. Lapping a text means you want to have your text filling in a. Let's do it practically. I can show you this what I mean with lap text. Let's do it. I'm going to enable it, and then I will type in this cell and see what happens. Lap text. Let me click OK. And this is the cell where our mouse was. Now let me type. I would like to let you see like it's coming down. Lapping text means the cell will be moving like wider or bigger according to the text you are entering. Maybe we can do Ctrl Z to go back a little bit. We have Thumbs Sans ITC as the font type. Now let's go back again to this. You can minimize the size, font size. You can change it to Times New Roman. It's my preference. Let's also enable strike through. Let's, yes, just strike through. That is it. Let's again type a word. Hello, or you see, the words have a line across them. That is strike through in action. So now I think I still need to don't spend a lot of time here, but make sure we can see overview about everything. Now that was about alignment, but how about number? This is this gives a lot of things, and some of them are just visible even here. But they ask you to choose whether it's a general text, whether it's a number, currency, accounting, a date, time, percentage, fraction, a scientific text, or and so forth. That is it. For instance, you can choose to make it a currency here, and they ask you to give how many decimal numbers should be about the certain number, maybe one. What is the symbol of the currency? You can choose. You see, you will always have a dollar as the very first sign, but you can have maybe one in France, for instance. Now you can click OK, and when I write a certain number, it will automatically be demonstrated as like money in Rwandan francs, and you can see that automatically. When you have maybe in an entire column being about money, you don't need to type this currency for every row, but you will need to select this entire column. Then you will need to either pass through here or just come here and select currency. You see it's automatically added as a dollar, so we need to pass here to change that. More accounting formats. Again, it will take us to a symbol like the symbol of the currency. Now we need to change it to run in France again, or anything of your interest that you're dealing with. Now it's back to random. Like any number that I will type here will be in terms of random France because I've selected the entire column and chose to make it a current with random France being the columns now. I hope you can see this in simple ways. I believe you can understand what I meant. So now, what else can we see from alignment? The next section is alignment. Like here, it's just to align your text. Like, let's have last year, I went to see monkeys, for instance. So you want to align your text. How do you do it? Let's extend the cell for you to see what will be happening. Now you can see it's already on the bottom of the cell. This is because this is the automatically selected um, option. We have now align text to top. Now you can see it moved to top of the cell. Now this is middle align. Now see it in the middle of the cell. And the first one was bottom align. But how about these ones? Like align left. Where do you want your text to be like indented? When you say align left, it will start from the left. When you say center, this is, yes, center, it will be centered in the cell. Then align light, that means the data will, the details will be starting from this light side uh, of the cell. Then decreasing indent, that is decreasing or an increasing where you want it to start, like getting very much close to the start of your cell, or your, yes, the start or the end of your cell. We also have now this AB feature here, angle counterclockwise. You see, you can change the location and direction of your text. You can make it like this, vertical text, rotate text up, rotate down, format cell alignments. You can do some, don't see what you're looking for. You can do some other changes that you want in your own understanding. You see, it takes back to the other feature we could see when we were still under font, but now specifically under alignment. You can use numbers to do it, to change automatically. Like, let's see what will this blink as. You can also shrink to fit in, like to shrink your text is to make it as short as possible and small to fit in the exact cell. So like text direction, context, you can make it the left to right, right to left. Anything you would need would be changed there automatically in case the other features weren't serving you the best. Yep. So I would say this would be it for this orientation. Now, how about lapping? Text lapping is about making sure I talked about it, like lap extra long text into multiple lines so you can see all of it. Maybe you can type a different sentence here. Would you like to meet me tomorrow? Now let's see, like let's lap it. Now there are no more words exceeding this cell. Like doing a control Z, you will see that meet me tomorrow is in the next two cells instead of fitting in here. So once I do a lap the text, it will fit exactly in the same cell. Even if I keep typing, instead it cannot like exceed the borders of the cell and go to the next one as before. Instead, it will move down and we need to resize the cell or minimize the font size for you to see the entire details, but you cannot see the words exceeding the borders of the cell. That is the change. Can we try to minimize and see? Maybe we need to resize a little bit for us to see everything. But you see, it's easily doable and we can no longer have some sentences exceeding this border of the cell. Trying to apply some skills we learned, you can still change the color of the text. You can make it red. You can change the color of the cell itself. For instance, you see a lot of things can be done. You can make it bold. We are trying to repeat what we've seen. You can make it double double underlined. You can add borders on the cell. You see, these are some of the things we've covered. You can copy, I mean, you can copy this and paste it with transpose. Transpose wouldn't work here because it's one cell, and this wouldn't make like, let's see anything that we can keep source formatting, formulas and number formatting. You see, with this I chose to paste only numbers, and like the data I had to be pasted but not pasting the formula, I mean the formats and so forth. That's why it's no longer like this, but I can choose to like keep source formatting and you will see it's similar with what we have here. Those are different features that you can explore and see what comes with it. So now how about this? This is merging cells. Let me have another sentence here. I am a long life learner, and that's why I am watching this video. You see, again, our sentence has been very long and exceeded this single cell where we started typing. So now you can merge all these cells to become a single cell that's where this sentence can fit in. How do you do it? You can just come and select from here up to the last cell and come see the features like the options here. We have merge center. Let's do it and see what happens. See, it's now a single cell. Something you need to note, when you merge cells, the data are from this, the very first cell is the one you remain with. If we had some other sentence in the next two cells, we wouldn't be able to save them. Let's make that applicable. Let's say date, school maybe, and then it will happen To merge these two cells, scroll will automatically disappear. We will only have this date as the data in the merged cell. Merging cells only keeps the upper left value and discards other values. Okay, you see, that was the notification, and we see we have date only. Again, if we could merge this cell with this empty one, then we will have an empty one. Let's do it, even if we keep the cell with school and just do merge. Yep, now it took the one with school, I mean with that. Let's do this one and see. Merge cell. Yeah, now something to collect. When you have one empty cell and the other one having the next one having data, the data in the next cell will be the one to be considered in your new merged cell. That's how it works. So now, um, how do we explore? How what can we see from this number tab now? This one will save as we have already seen about currencies and so forth, and we don't need to repeat this. But how about this percent? Control Shift plus percent. How about these decimal numbers? How about this? Like these are numbers right after a dot. Let's say, let's maybe have some details here, some numbers, some. So when you select a cell and click here, you will be choosing how many zeros should we have after the exact number. You see, clicking once adds a single zero after a dot. Like when you select a cell and click here, it automatically adds a dot and a zero next to the dot. And this minimizes, this is adding the zeros after the dot, and this is removing the zeros. You see, when I select here and I click here, these zeros will be gone. If I select all these numbers and then click adding these zeros, it will be automatically added to every number here. And selecting them again and then clicking here, we automatically remove zeros. That's something you really needed to get. You can also make these percentages. You see, making them percentages multiplies the number by 100%, by 100. Let me do a Control Z and we see it again to explore one more thing. You see, we have a feature, quick analysis. Use the quick analysis tool to quickly and easily analyze your data with some of Excel's most useful tools, such as charts, color coding, and format. You can do this. It's not something we can immediately start dealing with, but this gives you different features that you can use automatically after adding the percentages or selecting any other data. Maybe let's add some colors, and colors will be added maybe automatically, but something you can explore later again. You see, or I would immediately see the Excel has been able to say the highest number will be in clean, the next number will be in a white clean, the the very next number will be in yellow or purple, yes. Then the other one will be in red, the lowest number. And Excel can do this from any like very big data you would have. Excel will be able to see what is the highest number and then give it a different color. The other close middle number with the their specific number. Like Excel is very excellent in dealing with data and maybe interpreting it. So I believe this is it for this one again. So how about these styles? Styles also have different things to help us with while dealing with data in Excel. We have conditional formatting. I think this is something because it's quite advanced and I will need to explore it a little bit. But by now, for now, I don't see it being of concern, but I can show you a few things. So we need to have separate crash course so that we get a deep understanding of it. You see now, because of the settings set above, it's automatically Excel is automatically giving these colors, and I will of course need a different space to have new settings applied specific to this data of ours that we are having. Right. Great. So let's select this data and now go to conditional formatting. You see, highlight cells rules. You can set greater than. You can set less than, highlighting numbers less than a certain number, or selecting like highlighting numbers greater than a certain number, or numbers between, or numbers equal to, or a text that contains something like this. A date occurring like, let's say, numbers between two, let's say 300 up to maybe 4,000. Let's see what will be highlighted. You can also choose with light red. What color do you want this to be highlighted in? Let's say yellow with, yes, yellow. Now you see every number is selected except 20,000 because all the other numbers are between 300 and 4,000 as I have selected. I can go back and change this. Oh, okay. Now let me keep it. Instead, change some numbers and see what will happen. You see, it's no longer in yellow because it's above 4,000. Let me make this 150 and see what happens to. You see, it's also not selected because it's below 300, which was my starting number. So we have a lot of things that we can do here. Like I said, we can also choose to like numbers equal to maybe equal to, let's say, 4,000, and give it what color? Let's say green, and see, then you have no 4,000. If I make this 4,000, then you see what happens automatically. It's already green. So I don't want to spend much time to this, but I will have a different course exploring this for you to understand deeply what it is. I wanted to give you like in just some details, some hints of what you can do so that you can explore sometime next and for you to easily cope up when we start another course on this one. So how about format as format as a table? This means you have data and you want to make it a table. Let's try it with this one. When I click here, format as table, they will first give me different forms of tables that I can use to to help, like to organize my data. Let's say, let's choose this one. So they're asking, create table. Where is the data for your table? Like you see, there is the cells where we had our numbers. It's selected and we can change if we need. Maybe you see it's from age 36 up to age 30. I mean I 39. We can maybe make it age uh age 30, uh up to I 60 maybe. And okay. So let's do it again. Format as a table. Come back here. Now they're asking us where our data starts from and where it ends from. So you can see this dollar sign. This is locking the table. Let's say we want this to be age 30 and this maybe 46. Then they're asking, my table has headers. We don't actually have headers. Headers are like titles of the each column, and we don't have. We click OK. You see the table has extended beyond the data we had because I have edited the starting and ending points. Now let's give our table names. Let's say cells. Yes, no, cells volume, now revenue maybe. We have given our data headers. Our table has headers. So you can see it's automatically a table, but clicking in a table brings another tab of table design. And with this table design, you can do a lot of things that we explore in other courses, but you can also add total row. You can see we have a total here. And of course, here is the reason, because there have to be this cell to be known as a total, to be called a total. Last column total. We have a lot of features that we can do, but they are not of focus now. We can also give the table a name here, table name. Maybe we can say sales versus revenue. Maybe starts with a letter or underscore doesn't. I gave it a space which doesn't work. Now it's saved because I removed space. So like that, this is it with condition like format as a table, but you can still change also the format of the table. You can give it another different look. These are things that we explore as we move forward. So how about now sales style? Let's have a new space also to make sure we are not distracted. Here now, sales styles is all about maybe trying to make your data appear very well with format and like formatting your data accordingly. You can see we have titles, headings, like heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, up to 4. You have title, we have themed cells, styles, accent 1, accent 3. This is trying to make some of your data bigger, like where they are written bigger than the other parts according. Maybe you want the title to be bigger than the rest of the data. You want to make subtitles also bigger than the text, and so forth. So let's have maybe end of month's meeting, for instance, objectives, objectives, for instance, something like this. Then you want this to be very big as a heading, and you want this to be a subheading. You just come and select this, go to cell styles, then you make it a heading 1, and this will make it heading 2. You see they're automatically different. One is bigger than the other. Remembering about cells, I mean centering. Now let's center this. Merging. You can see this cells style. That's what it serves. You can make it normal. Let's make this objective normal. We see how it changes. Like there are no other changes made. You can make it bad, good. See as I move, like you can change accordingly just to make your data look so well. I believe this also helps without uh, a lot of details because it's not a rocket science. You can simply see how it's changing the data and how you can go about it when you want your data to be organized. So now let's see what comes with insert. Like this is about inserting a new column. Let's select here and we click insert. You see delete, but we have options: insert cells, insert sheets rows, insert sheet columns. And I would just say insert cells is what we would really use the most because it automatically adds a cell or just above where you have selected. Deleting is just deleting a certain cell. Let's delete this one with the end of month sales meeting. It's no more to be found. You can see format. You can like change how big you want your size, your cell to be. You can auto fit row height, like according to the sentence or the word you have, making the cell automatically fit. You can rename, you can move or copy the sheet. There are not a lot of things to be explored on this section on cells, but we also have a lot of features here. Like we have formulas. You will always see some here, but we also have other features here. You see average, count, numbers, max, minimum, and more functions. You can do a lot of things here, but it's also something you can't explore because it has all Excel formulas. You can see its number. For instance, you can search for a function. You can type something and click to go, and they will try to show you a relevant response here. So now that it has different formulas that we can do here, I'm not going to elaborate. I'm not going to elaborate it, but let's say, for instance, you have some numbers here. Now I remember, I see it It's the same cell we have added the currents. Now let's say we click this, which is sum, and see what happens. It is not selecting the entire data from above because there are empty cells. Unless I edit here and give it the starting column, I mean the starting cell where we have the very first currents. But automatically, Excel will capture data from the first Excel where you would put the formula up to where the last number, or where the last Excel with some data, the last cell with some data. So now I click enter, then you have sum here. I can also change it to average. You see it selected, I click enter. I can I'm using this icon still. I can count numbers. You can still see that it's counting only the numbers that, I mean the cells that have some data within themselves. So we also have clear. I can clear all, clear formats, clear content. Let's say, let's select here, for instance, and say clear formats. You see the currency is normal to be found. I can also select to clear contents, and the content is gone. Bringing them back by Ctrl Z, I can also clear all, and they are gone at the same time. So this is it for this one for editing. But we also have sort filter, which is also like a lot of detail. It has many features that um, we can't go through in this course that was giving you overview. I will instead need to have a course that explores all this. You see, we can order like smallest to largest. Let's do largest to smallest and see. You can see we have now 5,000 being the first number, while it was the last one here. This is about sorting, and you can sort from smallest to largest, largest to smallest. We have some other stuffs that you can do. You can add levels, you can do a lot of things, and I don't want to take much time on this. We need to have a clash course specifically for this. So now we have find and select. This is finding. You can find, replace. You can go to special. This one also has different features, but let's try to find a single word. Maybe, remember, I have somewhere teachers. Uh, Let me just try to find. We couldn't find what you were looking for. Click options. Simply because I have this data selected, we need to just unselect, and now search the entire cell. I hope we have somewhere selected. I can't find it, but maybe because, let's find again. Let's find maybe experience. You see the cell is automatically selected. Let me search none. Excel will automatically take us where the word none is written. This also has a lot of options and features to explore, and that will require a crash course. You can also replace, you can maybe replace this none with, or what happened? Yes, replace now. all done. We made one replacement because we had only one word as none. So this is something we also explore, and you have to stay tuned for the next Clash course, and that will be to explore other features that we didn't see deeply, like conditional formatting, cells, um, editing specifically these formulas, and this sorting and finding and select. This is it for the Clash course on file and format. And then the very next Clash course will be about insert, draw, and page layout, and possibly the other tabs. Because we have a Clash like the inter Clash courses covering all these tabs, just overviews. But then, as I said, we'll be having other crash courses specific to features that are more elaborate, like conditional formatting, sort and filter, find and select. So this is it for today, and I encourage everyone to stay tuned for new content. And I want you to subscribe if you haven't yet. I request you to share with your friends. Please use comment section to interact with us. Remember to click like and so forth. Thank you for today.